Welcome to the new and improved Remo Show. Let's get it, let's go. Yo, what's up, y'all? What's goody, yitty, yitty? It's your boy Rebo, and I'm back with another video. And I want to tell y'all about this tenant that I had real quick that looked like Darlene. Y'all remember Darlene? She was Ice-T's first wife. She was on the front cover of his Rhyme Pays album and the front cover of his Power album. I used to have the thumbnail. The picture that's in this thumbnail, I used to have that poster on my wall when I was a teenager because I thought she was drop dead freaking gorgeous. And anyway, I had a tenant that looked just like her. Y'all know I have this canny ability to tell y'all who somebody looked like, and I'll be spot on. Now, I remember when I was in elementary school, I was on the bus, and I said to the other kids, I said, don't Eddie Winslow from Family Matters look like Dominique Wilkins? And everybody was like, yeah, you spot on again. So I'm usually spot on with my comparisons. And this chick looked just like her. The only thing, she had a drinking problem. And I found out later, on top of that, she had a cocaine problem and a bipolar problem. So she was all messed up. But at first, she seemed normal. But I knew something was wrong because when she came over to look at the apartment, she had all these scratches on her knees, like on her shin bone, like she been running and sliding across carpet. You know how toddlers run and slide on their knees on the carpet? It looked like rug burns or something, you know. And she had flawless skin, but her knees and her shin bones was all skimped up. So I asked her, I said, "What happened to your knees?" She was like, "Oh, I fell off one of those VO bikes. Y'all know them electrical bikes. They got bikes and scooters all around the city." She said she fell off one of them. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I was like, damn, you fell on both your knees? Okay. I was like, all right, wow. I said, be more careful. So she moved in within like a week later after I showed her the apartment or whatever. And excuse me. And everything was cool for about 2 months. And then within those first 2 months, I would always hear like her on the phone yelling and cussing people out, you know. And every now and then I'll hear what it sound like. It would sound like somebody falling, you know. I'm thinking maybe she was still moving in, but it would always sound like somebody was falling in the middle of the night, you know. So I ain't paid no attention. I was like, damn, maybe she trying to hang up a picture or hang up a flat screen TV and it's just not working for her. Because she had a son that lived with his dad, but he would come over and spend nights with her and help her out or whatever. So I ain't paying no mind. So and she had this little dog. It was a Shih Tzu Maltese, little white dog, and she loved this dog. And I would see her walking the dog up and down the street, you know, and you know, she'll wave to me, hey, how you doing? But then one day, I'm laying on the couch watching my second favorite show, I Shouldn't Be Alive. And I get a knock on the door. Boom, boom. You know, I'm like, who the hell is this? And then by the time I got to the door, I heard boom, 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 boom. I'm like, who the man? I opened up the door. It was her. She had a knife. She was like, where's my fucking dog? She was like, I know you got my fucking dog. She was like, where's my effing dog, you mother? She was like, yeah, I know you got my dog. I was like, what? Wait a minute. What the hell are you talking about? Because prior to that, I would always like, you know, text her and tell her, you know, your dog bark. Her dog used to bark in the middle of the night or early in the morning. So I would just shoot her a text saying, you know, you got to do something about that dog, man, because, you know, he'd be barking too late or early in the morning. Don't nobody want to hear that. And like, she'll text back, oh, okay. But her dog came up missing, so she thought that I did something to it. And I never saw the dog out the house. It was a little dog. She kept him, she kept him in the house. It wasn't like the other tenants, the other Jekyll and Hyde tenants that used to keep their dog in the backyard. This was a little dog. This was a lap dog that I hardly ever saw outside. So the dog came up missing, and she blamed me. She come to my house with a knife, like, yeah, I know you took my motherfucking dog. So my wife was on the couch. My wife went and got a gun. She was like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck from in front of this house, I'll blow your fucking head off. She was like, ain't nobody got your motherfucking dog. Get the fuck from in front of my house. I'll kill your fucking ass. And so the chick was like, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Oh, I'm sorry. So then I called the police. And so the police came and was talking to both of us, to be my wife. And my wife told the police what happened. And she told the police that, she went and got her gun because she came over here. Motherfucker, you took my goddamn dog. Motherfucker, you record-stricken. She sounded like Yosemite Sam. You record-stricken, you took my dog. So the police was like, okay, we'll go talk to her. So I look out the window. She crying to the police. Oh, somebody stole my dog. And he was always getting on me about the dog barking. And I know he did something to my dog. I was like, man, I ain't do that. The police was like, can we come take a look around your house? I said, come on in. Come on in. He came in the living room and looked around. He was like, I know you didn't take her dog. And the police officer was like, the dog will be barking right now because she was out there crying, and dogs know their masters. The police was like, that dog will be barking right now if he was in here. And the one older police officer, he was like, you could smell the alcohol on her breath. He was like, it's clear she's been drinking. And I was like, yeah. I said, that explains all the noise I've been hearing. I was like, it sounded like she'd been falling or something. And it was like, we don't put it past her. And they was like, we'll take it from here. So a couple days later, I saw her sitting on the porch. She was painting her toenails. She was looking real nice, painting her toenails. And I didn't say nothing to her. She was like, oh, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm all right. She was like, what exactly happened the other night? And I thought she was joking. I was like, you remember you came to my house with a knife looking for your dog? She was like, I did? I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, I'm sorry. She was like, oh my goodness. She was like, I'm sorry. She was like, oh my goodness. She was like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She started stuttering. She was like, I'm sorry. She was like, I didn't mean to. She was like, my dog just disappeared. And she was like, I don't know where he went. And I was like, okay, all right, whatever. It's all taken care of. It's water under the bridge. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. She said, I came with a knife. I said, yeah, you had a black knife. I said, you came to my door like this, blaming me. Because you thought, because I've been telling you to calm your dog down, you thought that I stole your dog. She was like, oh my goodness. She was like, I'm sorry. She was like, it was a lot of stuff going on. She was like, I've been under pressure. She was like, my dog is the only companion I have in my life. And then she started crying. I was like, okay, whatever. So, about 2 weeks after that, I hear her on the phone on the porch arguing with somebody. I think it was her ex-boyfriend or whatever. And she was talking about killing him. So I told my girl, I was like, yo, I think every time she get drunk, she get vengeful. And she get spiteful. And she get homicidal. I said, because every time, I said, I could tell when she get drunk because she started yelling and talking about what she gonna do to somebody. I said, now, I told my girl, I said, now she on the phone drunk talking about killing somebody. I said, she get homicidal. A lot of people get like that. They get drunk and they get homicidal. And then when they sober up, they don't remember none of that. I don't like being around them type of people. I got a lot of family members like that. I don't like being around them at all. I quit drinking in my late 20s. I don't want to be around nobody like that. So, she was on the phone threatening somebody, and I was telling my girl, I was like, yo, this chick got to go. I was like, but we can't just put her out because, at the time she was paying her rent. So what ended up happening was, she eventually got her dog back. Some Puerto Ricans found it. The dog was wandering in the neighborhood, and some Puerto Ricans was driving by. They found the dog, and the dog had a name and a number on the collar. So they gave her dog back. And so she came over apologizing again, and we was like, whatever. My girl was like, nah, it's too late. She was like, and she said, well, I apologize to your husband. My girl was like, no, you should have came over here like a woman and apologized to me. That's what my girl told her. So she didn't like my girl after that because my girl told her the truth. And my girl was like, you do it again, I'm gonna blow your fucking head off. My girl told her just like that. And so she didn't really bother us. You know, she would instead of paying me the rent money so I can give her a receipt, she would get a money order and just leave it in the mailbox. She would knock on the door and nothing. She would just leave it in the fucking mailbox, or she'll put it under the door or whatever. So before she moved, the police had came over one day. Now, this is probably like the third or fourth time the police had came over to her apartment, and I ain't even paying no attention. But I didn't see her for a while, and I saw her ex-boyfriend, come over to her house with her son's father, or whatever, her child's father, and they was moving stuff out, and I knew her ex-boyfriend. I was like, yo, what's up, man? Me and him grew up in the projects together. I was like, yo, what's up, man? I was like, yo, what's up with Darlene? He was like, oh, man. He was like, man, that chick is in rehab. She going to therapy and counseling. I was like, what word? I was like, what happened? He was like, yeah, we trying to move out before the first. He was like, because she paid you your rent at the beginning. I was like, yeah, it's cool. He was like, yeah, I'm about to move all her stuff out now. He was like, because, you know, she going to be in rehab for a while. And then I said, what happened? I acted like I didn't know she was drinking that bad. And he was like, yeah, she was messing with some dude, you know. He was like, that's why I got my child living with me. He was like, I don't want my child being raised up with her because she's an alcoholic. He said she's bipolar and she got mental issues. She's mentally unstable. He was like, he told me she was dating some dude that took advantage of her body. You know, I'm not gonna say the R word. This is YouTube. You know, he was like, apparently the dude that she brought to her house took advantage of her while she was drunk. You know, he got her. I don't know if he slipped her a Mickey or whatever. From what her ex told me, she was violated. She got violated, but I don't know if that's the truth. I mean, I don't know, because a lot of chicks, they get drunk, they get high, wake up not remembering what happened the night before, and they'll just say, "Oh, this motherfucker sexually violated me." You know, I don't remember what happened, but I feel violated down there because my joint is all stretched out down there, and I can barely walk. I don't remember the sexual encounter, so they'll say they got violated. They don't remember the sexual encounter, so they'll automatically say somebody took advantage of them, and they'll get away with it. You know, the Me Too movement will get on their side and say, "Oh yeah, you was the last person she was with, so dude, you violated her because she thinks so, not because she knows so, because she thinks so." You know, that's just the way the laws are in America. It's messed up for men. Anybody can say, "Yeah, 20 years ago I woke up feeling pain down there, and you was the last person I was with. Yeah, you violated me." And if the man say, "Nah, we had casual sex, you just don't remember. We was both drinking, you got a little bit too tipsy and blacked out, woke up not remembering," you know, and the dude will still get in trouble. You know, women, they bend the laws for these women because of these movements, you know, because of the Tawana Burks and the feminists. You know, they can easily get you hemmed up. That's why, fellas, you got to be careful who you lay up with, because anybody can say anything. I don't deal with chicks that drink like that. Now, if you're a casual drinker, yeah, but if you're a chick that get high, get drunk, I don't want nothing to do with you, because I used to date a chick like that, and I'm gonna tell y'all about her. She used to always be getting drunk, waking up not remembering how she got home, and starting fights, not remembering what the people she started fights looked like. Like, she used to be scared to go out the house because she got drunk at a club last night and threatened some chicks. Now she don't know what they look like, and they probably know what she looked like. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, so this chick, sorry about that. I had to take that call. The chick I used to date, she would start trouble with people and be scared to go outside the next couple of weeks because she don't know what they look like. They'll know what she looked like, but she'll be like, "I don't remember who I was threatening. She was like, I don't want to go to the store. Can you go to the store for me? Can you go to the bank for me? Can you do this and do that? I'm scared to go. I don't know what these chicks look like. They might try to come back and kill me. I'm like, man, I can't deal with you. Use a head case. But yeah, y'all, Darlene got taken advantage of, and it was sad. So they moved all her stuff out, and so when they gave me the keys, I waited a couple days, and I went over there, and they left a lot of stuff behind. So me and my son went over there, and we cleaned out everything. And in her room, I found a bunch of naked pictures of her, and she had a nice body. And this was when she was young. And here's the kicker. I found out her Twitter handle, and to this day, she still be on Twitter showing her kitty cat. And some of y'all know her. I found out that she moved to Washington, D.C. This is all I'm gonna tell y'all. She live in Washington, D.C. and she's on OnlyFans, and she's big on Twitter, and she always shows her kitty cat, and she has a fat kitty cat. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. Now, don't go harassing this woman, and don't go saying, "Oh yeah, Remo brought me here." You know how some of y'all type in the comments, "Yeah, Remo brought me here." When y'all if y'all think y'all know who I'm talking about, leave a comment, drop a comment. That's all I'm gonna say. She's on Twitter and OnlyFans, and her biggest asset is her kitty cat. She doesn't have a huge platform, but she has a huge kitty cat, and she's big on Twitter, and she used to be big on Tumblr. Matter of fact, when I found them pictures, it said her name. It was like a screenshot that she printed out and put in like a photo album, and it was on a site called Tumblr. This was back when I first heard about Tumblr. Before this, I had never heard of Tumblr. So I Googled her on Tumblr, and I was like, oh, shoot. And I noticed Tumblr has some fine chicks, so I subscribed to Tumblr, and I've been a fan ever since. And so she got kicked off of Tumblr, and she's now on Twitter, but it's still some pictures of her on Tumblr, but her main handle is Twitter and OnlyFans, and I'm a fan on both. She don't know it's me. Because in my profile, I got a drawing of a security guard. You know what I mean? So she don't even know it's me. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all think y'all know who she is. Yeah, like I said, she moved to DC now, and from what I understand, she is. I don't know if she's still drinking or not, but I know she's doing good on Twitter and OnlyFans. She got a huge following, not big as Cherokee and Pinky and all them, but she got a pretty nice size following. She got a lot of thirsty dudes, real thirsty, dehydrated dudes following her, if you know what I mean. Yo, hit that like button, drop a comment. Let me know if you think you know who I'm talking about. All right, 100.